Hello everyone, it's Wanda with Crazy Days, and today is another Shelf Stable Pantry item. The last 3 or 4 months I've been a part of this collaboration that Prepper Potpourri started, and we want to thank Mary Ellen for inviting us to be a part of this. It is taking shelf stable items and creating a dish or something, a dessert, whatever, and showing you how to use things that you've got in your pantry for long-term storage. And lots of people are going, I don't know how to use it to create something. Today's a little different. I'm going to be showing you drinks. Yeah, drinks. All kinds of drinks, different ways to make something. I'm not going to be making each one. I'm just going to briefly talk about all the things that I have shelf stable that you can have in your pantry and create something besides just water. Now, there's a playlist, and I'm going to try and link it in the cards. I'll put it in the description, and if I can remember, I will pin a comment at the beginning of the comments. So there's a whole list of people that have joined Mary Ellen over at Prepper Potpourri in making this happen, and it's every first Tuesday of the month. And today is this is September. Yeah, this is the first September Tuesday. Then we'll be doing it again in October, November, and December. So just keep checking, and I'll try and link my other shelf stable videos in the cards so that you can find them. Now, if you were in a situation where you did not have, say, power, or the grocery stores didn't have a lot and you had very little choice in the grocery stores, what are you going to do? Just drink water. Number one, I would say have a very good water filter system. We have the Alexapure, and we love it. It cleans the water that we have over the cabin. And then I also have an Alexapure pitcher where I can just pour water in, and it takes only a few minutes and I have water ready to go. Good drinking water is essential. I'm going to link My Patriot Supply because some of the things I have today comes from My Patriot Supply, and that's where we get our Alexapure and the Alexapure pitcher. It's called preparewithdeepsouth.com. preparewithdeepsouth.com, and it will be linked in the description. Now, all the things that I'm going to show you are I've collected over the years, and I have a variety. And we're going to talk about each one, sweeteners, the whole 9 yards. So join me as we talk about having something to drink besides water, but make sure your water's good. When you store up water, you want it to be good water, and you want a way to purify it if you need to. Now, my table is set up with all kinds of stuff, and we're just going to go around and start talking about each one, and I'll give you my thoughts on different ways to have something besides water to drink. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Orange Energy Drink Mix from My Patriot Supply. It's from Ready Hour. It is an emergency food storage item. It lasts up to 30 years on the shelf. Now, when it says that, it has to be stored properly because not everything is going to last, some people, up to 30 years. I would say rotate out every 3 to 5 years at least if you're going to think long term. For me, 1 year is my let's do something and buy new. But this has the essential vitamins A, C, and D. It's made in the U.S. and this is one of my go-tos that I have here in case we don't have orange juice. We do have our own oranges. We do squeeze our own orange juice, and we do freeze it. But if I don't have that, this is my go-to. If somebody in my family is sick and you need something for them to drink, this orange energy drink would be something you could use to nurse somebody back to health. So that is from My Patriot Supply at preparewithdeepsouth.com. Now, y'all, I'm a tea drinker. This is a drop in the bucket to the amount of tea I have stored up. I have all kinds of teas. I love teas, and when I find something different and I like it, I buy some up. And, you know, I have lemon ginger, Herbal Revive, Moringa, chamomile. This one is called Good Earth. It's got the original sweet and spicy. This has cinnamon and orange and cranberry. It is delicious, I promise you. Now I have dry desert lime from Numi. I have a variety. I just stick my extras in here so that here's another one. It's a breakfast blend from Numi. I just have a variety. So teas is a good way. All you have to do with these, they're already pre-packaged. You can always vacuum seal these down into Mylar bags or something if you want long-term storage. But all you have to do is heat your water, steep the tea, and you're ready to drink. Chocolate milk. You can't go wrong with chocolate milk. You got kids, you need chocolate milk. These little packets, I always buy these and have these on hand because Danny and I like a cup of chocolate milk in the winter. But you can make your own from cocoa. Cocoa's shelf stable. These can be packaged down in Mylar for longer term storage. But cocoa is shelf stable if you don't open it. And we're going to talk about milk in a minute. But you can find recipes online that tell you how to make cocoa mix, and it saves you money. These little things can get expensive. You buy your own cocoa, mix it up. It doesn't take as much at all. Now y'all know I'm a coffee drinker. I'm going to have my coffee and I'm going to keep it on hand. I also have my Tshirts, which is an herbal coffee blend that has no caffeine in, not like this. This is all herbs where this is not. This is going to be your coffee beans. This is got your nutrients in it. It's organic, all that. If I don't have these two, I have bought up some of Franklin's Finest. Now this is at my Patriot Supply also. Franklin's Finest is some good coffee. It's stout. When it says a teaspoon, you want to try half a teaspoon and work your way up to a teaspoon to see what stoutness you want. But coffee, all you got to do is have hot water. Now, in coffee, I like vanilla. So I have tinctured some of my own vanilla. This thing, it's been here since 18, and I'll use out of it, add a little more vodka. It's vodka and vanilla beans. Guys, isn't that beautiful? If you need, like me, you're a vanilla-holic, you might want to tincture some. I've got more than this, but that is one bottle. And it works well in your coffees, with your teas, whatever you want. Sweeteners is the next thing. So sweeteners is going to be a big deal. Lots of people like honey. Now I get this is the vanilla honey. It has a sticks of like this. It's got sticks of vanilla in it. I love this, and it's already infused in the honey. This is made here in our town from Ironwood. You can buy it at Jack's Plant and Patio. I love that. The Ducksworths in Wade, Mississippi brought me this honey. This one is Sherman's honey. It is from Brooklyn, Mississippi, which is just right up the road from us. Now I have a variety of honeys. Many people have brought honey, and honey can be used in your coffee. It can be used in your cocoa. It can be used in your teas. So whatever you have, you want the honey. Now honey is also good if somebody's sick. You're going to have it. You're going to be making a hot drink, dipping some of this honey over in to sweeten it. Especially with kids, you want honey somewhere on your property. And it stores. Honey's the one thing that you can have that is really long-term storage. You can store it like this. And if it happens to turn to sugar or something in the bottom, this one isn't, but if it happens to, put it and dip this into some hot water and let it sit there. It will turn back to smooth honey, or you use it in something as sugar crystals. Either way. Now I have a book here that somebody sent me, 20,000 Secrets of Tea. These type books are really good to have on hand. If you're not familiar with teas and you have things growing on your homestead and you want to know how can I make tea, what are they good for, grab this book, flip in. Okay, let's find one that I have growing here. Elder. Lots of people like elder. Okay, y'all know elderberry is good for a lot of things. It gives you a description and how to use it, what it's good for. You can't go wrong using elderberry or any other thing. So a tea book is very helpful if you're going to be taking things out of your yard and making teas. That is very sustainable to have some kinds of herbs on your property that you can just go get and put in some water. And having the honey on hand helps. Now I always keep peppermint, hard candy, shelf stable. You got somebody that's sick, you take your honey, you take your peppermint, you could take some of the orange drink, you could take lemon. I keep some of this on hand. We also have lemon trees and lime trees. I freeze lemon and lime juice and the peelings, and I have freeze dried a lot. So I have this, my own here, but if you don't have your own, this is the next best thing. They also make a powder. I bought the powdered lemon, and all you gotta do is take 1 spoon of it out and add it. When somebody's sick, peppermint, lemon, honey, and garlic honey. Look at this. You can't go wrong with garlic honey. You're getting the best of both worlds. Garlic is an antibiotic, tastes good. And in your honey and your tea, you can add it to one of those teas you just had. Gives you another variety and more healing powers. Milk. Now if you got a cow and you can go outside and you can milk that cow, you are shelf stable. Because it's going to be there as long as your cow's there. You got shelf stable milk. Next best thing, I have a friend that brought me some fresh milk, and thank you, Barrett. I freeze dried some and I put it in little packs so that I would have milk when I needed it. I also took my eggs and some milk and made eggnog, and then I freeze dried it. So here I have eggnog. If I want to, all I got to do is add some water or milk back to it, and it is eggnog. Again, you can use this as a coffee or tea additive to give it some flavor. Really good to have on hand. But if you don't have these, you can go into town and buy these little boxes of cappuccinos and all this. They're in flavors, international coffees. You can buy those and stash them. They'll last a pretty long time as long as they're dry. I have organic coconut milk. I have almond milk. These are shelf stable, but they do have a date on the top. And you kind of want to use them before that date, so you have to rotate out. But there are all kinds of milks, regular milk, chocolate milk. You can get it any way you want. They are shelf stable, but they do have a date you have to watch on the top. Another thing from My Patriot Supply, the powdered whey milk. Simply powdered milk. You can buy it in the grocery stores and it's shelf stable. You can buy it this way and it's shelf stable. You can have milk very, very easily. You can heat up with the milk and the eggnog or chocolate with some sugar or honey or whatever and make chocolate milk. Great way to have some kind of drink on hand. Now when you need sweeteners, even if you don't have honey, lots of people can buy the powdered sugar, the brown sugar, light or dark, the pure cane sugar, or even the just granulated sugar in town. Whatever you have to do to buy up. These can be packaged in Mylar and long-term storage. And if like this gets hard, it could be softened back up. Check it out. There's ways online. Just look up how to soften light brown sugar or dark brown sugar, whatever. But you have your sweeteners. So it's always a good thing to have honey, sugar, maple syrup, whatever you have on hand. If you live in an area where you make maple syrup, start using it as your sweetener if you don't already. So guys, I know this has been a little bit unusual pantry item, shelf stable item video, but I wanted to show you the varieties. Lots of people don't think outside the box. They just have, a little bit of powdered milk, maybe some honey or sugar on hand, and they don't think about the possibilities that are out there. So in this day and time, I would say start you a shelf stable, drinks cabinet maybe, because I have one. If I want something, I've got it in my cabinet. I don't have to go to town, and I have herbs outside that I can go get. I have even berries and stuff that we freeze dried. I can go get those and crush them up and put them in some of this and make a juice out of the berries. So there's so many wide varieties that you can do. Think outside the box, whether you dehydrate, freeze dry, freeze, can, You know, I've got jars of canned fruits. You can always make something to drink out of them. So guys, I want you to check out Prepper Potpourri and her whole playlist of people that have given you ideas. And don't forget, you need more than water to drink to have a variety. Thank you guys from Crazy Days.